Welcome to a MainelyDIY.com video. So I am going to make an ornament, and I've cut this piece of acetate, I guess, from a package of something, and I am going to start with that. I cleaned it up as best as I could. I used a baby wipe. It's not perfect, but that will be fine for this project. So I'm going to lay that down, and then I have these outline stickers. So I am going to gently peel one of those off. And place it on my acetate sheet. Okay. And then I'm just going to do a rough trim around that. Well, maybe I'll do a good trim around it. That way I can save the remaining acetate for maybe another one of these. Okay, that was easy enough to trim with my scissors. I have this little hole that I am going to find a paper punch and punch that hole out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am going to take my hole punch and punch out what would be the ornament hanger, because I will want to hang this. So I'm going to just take a little care to make sure I get it right where I want it, and go ahead and punch that. Okay, so we have our hole punched in it. And now I'm just going to take some watercolor type markers, and I am going to just color it in. I'm going to start with the breast. I'm going to kind of start in the middle of my coloring, and I'm just going to brush some color in there. And it's subtle and you can't see it very well. So it probably would be wise to work on a piece of paper. So I'll get a scrap piece here. So then I can see what I'm doing maybe a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and color a little bit of that on. And this color is rather subtle, so I wouldn't expect to see much on this. Okay. And then I'm going to take, I couldn't find a black marker in my stash, so I'm just going to take a black Sharpie and go ahead and color in the caps of his head, because in my world this is a chickadee, so nice black cap. And then going to go ahead and fill in his wings as black. So here's my little ornament all colored in. And I can, it's really light, and I can just hang it up just like that. So I have my ornament, and I could leave it just like that, but I'm going to take a piece of this pretty aluminum foil. It's, this one's called Dazzle. See how it has that little snowflake design in it? And I am just going to cut a little piece of that off with a pair of scissors. And then I am going to punch a hole in this near the top. There we go, got my hole, and smooth that out a little bit. put my holes, line my holes right up. And I am going to take some clear glue, clear liquid glue, and I am going to squirt that right on what would be the hanger. Nice big glob on there. And then I am going to take my hole and line it up with the other hole, the hole on my hanger already there. And I'm just going to kind of press that down for a minute. Okay, so I've lined that up with my hole, and I'm going to, it's not really showing there. Probably a good idea to let it dry before you continue on, but this is one of these things where you should do as I say, not as I do. So I'm just going to take a pair of scissors, and I'm just kind of holding that ornament where it's going to be, and I'm trimming, carefully trimming around my aluminum foil. So I've got that trimmed. Okay, so now that I've carefully trimmed around that, I am going to take a piece of ribbon. Oh, I'm going to cut it longer than what I want. And I am going to fold it in half. And I am going to take the two ends and feed them through that center of my ornament. And I am going to put the ends through that loop and carefully snug that up. And then I'm just going to go ahead and tie a knot in the end here. So I'm just tying a knot in that end. Then I'm going to trim that off close to the knot. And then I have a little backing for my ornament.